Hello everyone, today I'm here to share with you my plans for reading in March, or my March to be read pile, whatever you want to call it. So March is going to be an interesting month because I really don't have any really set books that I really want to read. I mean, there's 4 that I really want to read, but you know, other than that, who knows what's going to happen. I have been averaging around 6 to 7 books a month so far this year. There's only been, 2 months within a year, so much to go on. But still, I want to kind of keep it at that pace for as long as I can because, my work is pretty slow up until the spring and summer. And then after that, it gets crazy busy. So I try to read a lot in the winter, and before spring hits in March. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to show you the 4 books that I have that for sure I'm going to read. And then I may be doing a TBR pile thing. Don't judge. This is a candle holder because I had no jars, so this is my TBR jar, so maybe I'll pull from some of these. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on to the 4 books for sure that I really would like to read this month. The first book I'm definitely reading because I'm just so excited for is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I actually just got this in my Outcrate box and I'm super excited for it. I mean, look at the cover. It's freaking gorgeous. Like, I could just stare at this cover all day. This is about, if you haven't guessed, a Caraval or carnival. It's about this carnival that comes once a year and it's very, very elusive and you can only come if you get an invitation for it. It's about Scarlett, who's been waiting to go to this carnival for every single year, and she's stuck on this island where she lives, and her father is actually about to sell her off and married and stuff like that, and she thinks her dreams of, getting out of this island and getting swept away to this carnival are over, and then she gets an invitation. So she takes her little sister Tella to this carnival, and then as soon as she gets there, Tella is kidnapped by the carnival's ringmaster legend. Apparently this season of Caraval revolves around Tella, and whoever can find her first will win a prize, and that prize is one wish. So it sounds really awesome. This is a different carnival because when you go to the carnival, you're not just going, you're an active participant in it, and it says all over the book, it says, welcome to Caraval, beware of getting swept too far away. So they say like not to take anything in Caraval too seriously because it's all just an elaborate ruse, if you will. But I mean, it says about this girl's sister getting kidnapped. If she ain't gonna take that serious, I don't know what kind of person she is. So it sounds very interesting. I've been hearing a ton about it on BookTube. Like, it's been blowing up recently, and I'm excited to read it. I wasn't even planning to read it, if I'm honest with you, but the more and more I kept hearing about it, the more and more it makes me want to read it. So I'm giving into the hype and I'm reading it. Whether or not that'll be a good thing, we shall see. The next book I want to read this month is Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. This is a second book in the Witchland novels. Truth Witch was the first book. It came out last year and I read it and I really enjoyed it. This series is all about witches and it follows Sapphi and Isolde. Sapphi is a truth witch, which pretty much means she can tell if you're telling the truth or if you're lying. And Isolde is a thread witch and she can see the threads that bind everything. And basically they're on the run from this insane blood witch, and things happen and they meet other people, and it's a really, really awesome fantasy book that really focuses on female friendship, and it does have some romance in it, but it takes the background. It rather focuses on the friendship, which is why I really love this series. So I'm excited to read this one. I will say I've been hearing mixed reviews about it. A lot of people have said the second one's not that good. We'll have to see. I know this follows Merrick the Wind Witch, hence the title, and I really enjoyed it in the first book, so I would like to see what happens in the second book. But regardless, I'm gonna read it this month, and if I like it, I like it. I don't. We will have to see, but I'm excited because I've been reading a lot more fantasy, obviously, these past couple years, and I really enjoy it, and I really can't wait to continue on this series, or trilogy. I don't know how many books this is gonna be. I never know with series. It's all a big question mark to me. The next book, I just realized all of these books, the 4 books that I picked, are kind of like fantasy, science fiction type of books, so that's awesome, I suppose. The next book I want to read is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Look at that cover, it just draws you in. This is an adult sci-fi book, and I don't know too much about it. I don't want to know too much about it. I just know it's about a man that wakes up and realizes that his life is not his life, and apparently there's 2 different lives for him, like, and he's trying to decipher which one is my real life, this one or the other life that I left behind. So it's kind of got that Matrix feel, like, the red pill or the blue pill. Are those the colors of the pills? Whatever colors they are, you know what I'm saying? So it's got that vibe to it. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, and I have been loving science fiction, and I want to get more into it, so I'm excited to read this one, and hopefully I will like it. Who knows? We'll have to see. But like I said, I don't know too much about it. I don't want to know. I just want to go into it blind and have a great science fiction-y time. That was not a real word, but pretend it is. And the last book for sure that I definitely want to get to this month is The Valiant. Is that right? I think so. By Leslie Livingston. This is the first book in a new series. It just came out last month, and it's basically almost like Gladiators, and it's about this female gladiator that's kick butt, and I don't know much about it. Fallon. Oh, I like her name Fallon because that's Jimmy Fallon. Daughter of a Celtic king, and she is Okay, so Fallon is captured and sold to an elite training school for female gladiators, owned by none other than Julius Caesar. And I know this has a really good romance in it, so I love kick butt females, and I also love some great romance, so I'm excited to read it. I haven't heard too many people talk about this book, so I'm excited to see what it's going to be all about, and hopefully I will like it and continue on with the series, because the one bad thing about starting a new series is sometimes you like those books and you want to continue on. Sometimes you just have an unfinished series for the rest of your life, so I'm hoping to like this one and finish the series, because I don't like having unfinished series. It happens, but I don't enjoy it. So those are the 4 books I know for sure I'm going to read. Now I might sneak in a contemporary in there. I've got a lot of fantasy science fiction mixed in there, which is not a bad thing at all, but a contemporary always can make sure to keep my like reading flow going okay. If that makes sense. Like, I've learned that if I read contemporary a month, like it'll set me on the right course for reading. Like, I won't get too bored or too, like, I don't know how to explain it. It just helps me out. So I might pick a contemporary, but I think I'm going to pick one from my TBR jar. So this is just all the books that are on my TBR pile, and I can't pick them out because I don't know. It's just hard. So let's see, what do we have? Okay, wow, the book I picked is a contemporary, so that solves my problem, and it is The Baker's Guide to Living, which is this beautiful book right here. Look at it. It looks so cute and stuff. This is all about a woman that I think blows up or sets her, like, restaurant on fire accidentally, so she moves to this little inn, and she, like, called the Sugar Maple Inn. Isn't that adorable? And she becomes a baker there. I don't know. Anything about baking, I'm automatically swept up into. Like, I want to read it all. So there's my contemporary for the month. I'm trying not to read more than one contemporary because I don't want to get my contemporary reads too out of hand. I love them and I could read them all the time, but I also love fantasy and sci-fi and things like that. So I gotta keep it all in an even playing field, you know? I'll pull one more from my TBR jar, and if it's contemporary, I will not pick it out. If it's another thing, I will read it. Okay, Fire and Stars. That is a fantasy book, I believe. And it's a very diverse book, so that's also another fantasy book. So I'm reading a lot of fantasy this month. Ain't no shame in that. This is A Fire Stars by Audrey Coulter. This is a new first book in a new series trilogy. Like I said, I never know. This is a book that is supposed to be about a girl that is betrothed to a prince, and instead of falling in love with the prince, she falls in love with the prince's sister, which sounds really, really awesome. Definitely very diverse. So I'm excited to read it. I've been hearing a lot of really good things about it. Well, I take that back. I've been hearing mixed reviews. I've been hearing a lot of really good things and a lot of like mediocre things. So we'll have to see how I feel about it. So I'm excited to read it regardless. So these are the 6 books I'm planning to read this month. I think I have a good mixture. I have 2 adult books, 4 young adult books, I think 4 fantasy books, 1 sci-fi, and 1 contemporary, which is an awesome mixture. Like, I have a little bit of everything, and I really enjoy it. So I'm really excited to read these books this month because this is the first month in a while that I don't have any like recent releases like from this month coming out that I'm reading this month. I've been really like trying to be good about reading new releases, and I think March is kind of a slow month for book releases. I mean, May's gonna be freaking insane. So either way, I'm digging into my TBR pile, thank God, because it's getting out of hand. And hopefully I could do that for the next 3 months before May hits and all the new releases hit out and I could clear some space. That's my plan. But I'm excited for all 6 of these. If you have read any of these, please let me know your thoughts and opinions and which one's your favorite and stuff like that, because it'll help me pick up what to read first and stuff like that. And yeah, let me know what you're reading this month as well. Let me know what books you're reading. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.